Well, what would you do if Americans had to write a Declaration of Independence today? Oh, what would you declare? What conditions would you identify? What contradictions would you acknowledge? More importantly, what principles would you leave for the generations coming after you? What would you declare independence from? Inherited superiority, inherited inferiority, hierarchy, domination, inherited interpretations we continue treating as operative reality? Or would you leave those exactly as you inherited them? Would we finally acknowledge the organizing logic that continues expressing itself through race, through religion, through gender, through class, through nationalism? Would we finally identify the organizing logic operating through every one of them? Or would we continue declaring independence from one expression while reproducing the same organizing logic through another? The Declaration wasn't simply talking about the conditions the founders were living in. It attempted to articulate principles that extended beyond them. Whether they consistently lived those principles is a different conversation. The fascination is in the imagination of correction, the willingness to declare a direction humanity could continue moving toward. Every generation inherits conditions. Every generation inherits contradictions. Every generation inherits language. Every generation inherits institutions. Every generation inherits patterns of participation. Every generation inherits inherited interpretations presented as operative reality. Every generation also inherits the opportunity to examine what it inherited. That's what makes it curious. If we were writing a declaration today, would we do the same thing? Would we write beyond ourselves? Or would we spend our time describing everything that's wrong right now? Because whatever humanity creates rarely ends up with the people who create it. Future generations inherit it. There seems to be a human tendency to create language, create systems, create institutions, create cultures, then participate in what we created. We speak the language, we organize through the systems, we maintain the institutions, we normalize the culture, we defend the patterns, we pass them to the next generation. Then we talk about language as though it speaks itself. We talk about systems as though they organize themselves. We talk about institutions as though they maintain themselves. We talk about culture as though it reproduces itself. Humanity quietly disappears from the sentence, yet humanity never disappeared from the participation. That's the contradiction. We inherit what is ineffective. We identify what is ineffective. We criticize what is ineffective. Then we continue participating in the very patterns we say are ineffective. If we declared independence today, would we simply list our grievances? Or would we identify the organizing logic we continue reproducing? Would we declare independence from organizing humanity through inherited superiority and inferiority, through hierarchy, through domination, through inherited interpretations we continue treating as operative reality? If we did, what would we organize ourselves around instead? Participation, relation, interdependence, accountability, correction. Not because those words sound better, because they cultivate a different way of participating with one another. Every generation inherits the opportunity to examine what it inherited. Every generation inherits the opportunity to participate in correcting what it inherited, because correction is the responsibility of the living. If the declaration wasn't simply describing a moment, if it was declaring a direction future generations could continue moving toward, what direction would we declare today? What principles would we leave behind? What kind of humanity would we ask future generations to continue building? Because declarations don't reorganize humanity. Humanity reorganizes humanity, and every generation has another opportunity to decide whether it will continue reproducing the conditions it inherited or participate in correcting them.